Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the free K4X and the free K2X by Leatherman here with me for a nice comparison review. But please, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's check them out and compare these two very similar pocket knives slash multi-tool. As you can see, the box is there's a nice cutout, very simple, just this leaflet where it's just like giving you a couple tips on how to employ and what to expect from your multi-tool. Same goes for the K4, and these are two interesting blades. So first of all, let's just check them out. Let's see how big these guys are. So basically they're the same. There's just one tool that is different. So overall, these two guys are going to be 7.8-inch long overall with a 3.3 inch long blade and a 4.5, I would say, inch long handle. So basically they're like, pretty compact, but at the same time not too small. So let's check them out in the closed position. For example, let's do like that. These are the same. So up against the Leatherman Charge TTI, right over here, you can see that this guy is kind of like taller. Let's just take this out of the picture for a second. We can check up against the Leatherman Surge, and you can see that still this guy is, let's do like this, still a little bit taller than this guy right over here. For example, up against the the free series, this is the P4, you can clearly see that this is of course bigger than that, but still not as big as this, but of course smaller than the Surge. And you can clearly understand that this handle in the closed position, it's kind of big. So let's see these two guys up against each other because they're very similar. These are the K4 and K2X models. The X stands for the serration, that is like partial serration going on. And these guys have 7 tools and 8 tools hidden right over here in the back. So very interesting construction. They are sporting both an aluminum frame with the new free technology, basically one hand operation to open and one hand operation to close it. This one can be also flicked open. It's very interesting. And in the back, basically, let's just take, for example, the free K2X first. This guy in the back is exactly like you can see, like how you can deploy these tools with one hand only. So for example, this guy over here is the it can act like as a medium screwdriver, but at the same time as a package opener. Right over here, nice sharp edge going on. Right next to that, you've got your owl right over here, really cool, with an extra small screwdriver bit, let's say, tip over here. Right next to that, you've got, of course, your Phillips screwdriver and bottle opener. Indeed, so really cool. Of course, you've got your 420HC combo knife, plain edge, serrated edge right over here. And I mean, overall, this is an interesting blade shape. It's a nice Warncliffe blade. There's some chamfering going on the spine. Look at this chamfering going on, so it's gonna take off some edge, some sharpness from the spine of the blade. I really appreciate this shape, honestly, indeed. And what you have to notice is that there is a very cool hollow grind going on over here. Really cool. This is gonna be, it's gonna confer some nice slicey properties to this blade because the stock thickness is not that thick, so it's very interesting, very useful. You've got plain edge, serrated edge, you even have some sharpening choil kind of thing going on over here. Nice hollow grind. You have a dual satin, dual finish to the blade, like satin in the hollow grind and kind of like stone washed right over here in the flats. You have a cutout in the blade, so a thumb hole, let's call it that way, which is going to be easy if you want to just deploy it like that, if you want to use two hands, or if you just want to flick it like that. So there is a little bit of chamfering going on right on the inside of this thumb hole, so it is pretty good. You also have some billboarding going on, Leatherman USA. There's no marking for the steel, but this is 420HC, so high carbon steel employed for this Leatherman, which is the steel that it's being employed across the, let's say, the baseline, like this guy, just except for this one, which is sporting S30V, as you can see right over here. The Leatherman is always employing 420HC in their main blades for sure. Also, you can see that the tools in the back are nicely flush, nicely stored, accessible with one hand, and there's basically just a magnet keeping everything together, and this is going to be the lock, which is the same as this one, same idea, same concept. So basically there is a spring, and as soon as you pull the blade, basically you break the detent, which is created right over here. You break that, the blade is going to slide around and up against that lock over here, which is spring loaded, and as soon as you go past that hole, boom, the lock just kicks in place, and it's going to prevent your blade from closing. And to close it, you just have to push this lock to the side and rotate the blade in the closed position. So very, very effective. You can deploy it with one hand, so it's pretty smooth overall. Only thing is that I noticed not really 100% centered, a little bit off center, but this is definitely mostly more uncentered than this one. This is kind of like, yeah, no, it's actually centered, this one. But this is definitely a bit off to the presentation side. Also, you can see that they are both sporting the new style Leatherman deep carry pocket clip. Really, really cool. I really like it. So basically just this much is going to stick out from your pockets. You also have a lanyard hole going through the handle, so no problem whatsoever in that. This kind of clip is reversible. You can, for both of course, you can just switch it to the other side if you're like a left-handed, if you prefer left-hand carry. And it's deep carry, stainless, nicely polished. The screws are flat, so they're not going to interfere with your pocket material when in and out of the pocket. And of course both are sporting the lanyard. So the main difference basically is going to be the extra tool which is employed in the K4, which are the scissors right over here, and they're very, very good quality scissors. They're nicely springed, you see. Really, really cool. They are actually very good quality, and of course the other three tools are the same you find right over here. So just this extra tool, and it's gonna create a little bit of extra thickness in the back, you see. That's the slot that it's going to allow the storage of the scissors, whereas on this side there's nothing. So it's very smart and clever from a manufacturing point of view, because the tools are the same. This side is the same, so they're employing the same parts. Basically, only this side over here is different. You can see here just protruding a little bit more than this one, and that is it. I mean, the machining going on is a little bit different also on this side, because of course this is bulging a little bit more. But if you check, I don't know if you can see, you can clearly see the milling lines over here, whereas over here, I don't know if there are milling lines, maybe this is just extruded, like, I don't know, mold, put in a mold, I don't know the process, the manufacturing process, but clearly you can see some lines over here which are not here. I don't know if this is just a manufacturing feature. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you know more than that. But beside that, everything is just identical. It's just the same. These rivets are exactly the same, the screws are the same, the weight is going to be of course a little bit heavier in this guy, but everything else just checks out. It's the same, no difference whatsoever. And what I also noticed is that this pocket clip is really cool in the pocket. Yeah, it's functioning, absolutely great, nice springy tension, nice clip ramp. It's nicely polished. The screws are flush with the pocket clip. It's great, but it's creating like a pretty serious hot spot when you're gonna be holding the knife. So it's gonna kill me. Like if you wanna, this is something you wanna abuse and use for like or even like harder tasks, but you're gonna have to remove this guy like 100%. It's in the way. It's not nice. It doesn't feel good. It's actually really uncomfortable for me, and that's why I just suggest to get rid of this, and then you're gonna have a very cool and very smooth and nicely designed handle, but not with this clip. I mean, this is at least my feeling, and it's just not working for me. So just keep in mind that. Also, another little thing is that you need to make sure that the lock is full engaged. So basically the blade has to be all the way back and up against the stop pin right here for the lock to engage. Otherwise, if you just don't do it, you might happen to leave it like that, and then the blade can close it on you. But beside these two things, I think these are pretty cool utility knives. Very, very nice storage solution right here in the back. I honestly like this profile more than this one, but I think that the scissors are very useful. So probably the most useful tools of these one in the back. So I would have preferred maybe one less screwdriver, like the smaller one, for example. Just ditch that and give me the scissors in this slimmer package right over here. But that's just me, and I know you can't have it all in life. But there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.